Hello. So, the second episode of Game of Thrones is due to come out tomorrow, and as I'm walking through what you could say is a very Winterfell setting, I decided I would make a quick video, not specifically about Game of Thrones and its content, but comments which were made recently by John Boyega, in which he said Game of Thrones should have more black people in it. Now, I think this comment is wrong for a couple of reasons. Firstly, George R. Martin has almost exclusively written about 10th century medieval England, and in this world I wouldn't expect to see many black people. It would be just if I wrote about 10th century Nigeria. I wouldn't expect to see many blue-eyed, blonde-haired white people in these stories either. So a lot of people would counter that and say, no, but it's a fantasy world. There's dragons and there's white walkers, and you should be able to put a totally diverse cast in this. Now, ignoring the fact that it is grounded upon this medieval history, what irks me the most is it smacks of weakness and begging. And considering people of African diaspora, of African descent, and rich history and culture that has been their origin and has followed them all around the world, I think it makes it look like they don't have anything to offer. I don't see people of other demographics, of other races. I don't see Asian, Chinese, Indian. I don't see other people saying we need to be in Game of Thrones more. I don't see it. There's so many stories that could be told. So many sci-fi stories that could be told in Africa, in the African diaspora, through a black perspective, which I think is where the focus should be. Now, if you were to argue, you were to say, hey, there's not enough money being spent in these type of productions, then yeah, maybe that's something which could be a good discussion and a more salient point to make. But just to say, hey, George R. Martin, you've been building this thing for how many years, and whatever you've done to build it, you've done it. Now you should put people in it that don't really fit in it in your mind. I think that's wrong. And I think, again, it just, really makes the people who are saying it just makes them look weak as hell. More productive would be to point out the people who are making great work, where black people do feature in these fantasy and sci-fi worlds. I'm going to leave a link for a few people down below. They make fantastic, great work, and you should definitely go check them out. And you're seeing with films like Get Out, which again is focused on a black character, black issues, quite high concept. You can see by its success that people want to see this type of thing, and I think that rather than complaining or moaning about it, we're content creators, we got access to content, let's make it and let's do it. I myself, that's what I'm doing personally, that's my focus. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I hope you enjoy the next episode of Game of Thrones. Check out the people down below, hope you enjoy their work, and I'm gonna be out. Subscribe down below. Peace.